In this video I'm doing an update on these inexpensive Chinese airbrushes and then an unboxing of this Iwata airbrush. Stick around.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Engineered Angler. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a follow-up on airbrushes, the cheap ones mostly, and I'm going to do this unboxing of this Iwata. I had a lot of folks suggest that I purchase an Iwata and the Eclipse in particular. I'm a bit of a sucker for anything that's extra and free, kind of free, in a box. So this one actually comes with some cleaner, a little bit of lubricant, 3 different colors, and a water or moisture separator. Before I get to the unboxing, I want to talk a little more about the cheaper, or let's just call them more affordable versions of the airbrush. I had a lot of questions about what actual models I used and which manufacturers I used, and some questions on how they actually went bad when they did go bad. If you look at all these models, there's 3 different manufacturers, but they all have exactly or nearly exactly the same air valve. They're all interchangeable, and most of the other parts are really close, and the similarities are actually become really obvious when you look at these nozzle caps. They're all exactly the same shape, the same threads on them, so they're all interchangeable, which I suppose is nice, but it kind of speaks to the fact that these are all being made probably in the exact same plant, and they're just stamping them with a different name. Now there are some that have a slightly different look. Now this is a Central Pneumatic. It's the Harbor Freight brand. It's slightly different. The nozzle cap is very different. The air valve at the bottom is shallower. This one is probably legitimately a different manufacturer. I'm not sure if Central Pneumatic makes a gravity feed. I haven't really looked, but this one had a pretty cool feature in that most airbrushes have a limiter on how far back you can pull your needle with your needle trigger, and you can adjust a set bolt back here, and it actually will limit how far back you can pull this back. This one is slightly different in that it has a limit on how far back it'll go. So you can actually set where you want it to shoot, and then the moment you press the button, it begins to shoot paint at the rate that you have it preset. That's kind of cool, it seems like, but it also tends to be a little dangerous in that you can get a little bit of extra paint in there, and the moment you press the button you get some spatters. They all take some practice to learn, and if you're just getting started, I do recommend that you go with an inexpensive one. This way, when you drop it, you don't, start crying like I would. So to recap, the manufacturers that I've been using that are of these less expensive brands are Master Airbrush. That's these 3. Master has a pretty good variety of different styles, so that's actually probably my favorite right now. This side feed gun is made by a company called Point Zero, but again, I've got a feeling that it's somehow associated with the other guns. They're so similar. And then you have the Central Pneumatic, which I would say is the least sort of desirable of the set. Someone asked me what happens to them, how do they go bad, what are the limitations? Well, actually, what I found is that the tips, the nozzles, are really delicate, and they're made from a very soft metal. It might be brass, so that when you're cleaning it, it's very easy to damage it, especially when you get down to the very fine tipped needles. They're very delicate, and the slightest little bend at the tip will cause some problems with painting. So if you're going to use the cheaper brands, what I like to do is each time I clean the color out, I'll go ahead and back the needle off. I'll put a little alcohol in there and have that spray out the residue that's left in there of the paint, and then I'll pull that needle out and I'll give it a light wiping and put it back in. Alright, so enough talking, let's go ahead and do this unboxing. I really haven't opened this. I paid 150 bucks. It is the Iwata Eclipse All-Star Versatility, it says. Got an HPCS bonus value set. So that's, I'm all about bonuses. Pretty tight fit box, there we go. Alright, straight to it here. I get a sticker, awesome, love stickers. And check this out, this appears to be the guy who packed it, his test of this thing. It's showing how fine a line he can make, or he or she, and then how broad he could make it. So let's take a look at this. Okay, I like it already. I like the shape, oh yeah, this is nice. Very nice, it's got a very nice balance. The trigger feels very nice. Let's take this guard off. Let's take a look at this needle. Wow, it's a hefty needle. Very nice. The body of the needle is a little thicker than what I'm used to seeing. A little nozzle cover. Very nice. It all feels very nicely put together. I like that there's another nut back here that actually opens up deeper into the body. The air valve is not a removable air valve the way this is. This is a self-contained removable air valve, and it has its own O-ring. Hopefully you can see that. The one on this one, actually you can see it's the kind of valve you would see in a valve stem in your tire, but much bigger. But you can't pull the whole thing off, apparently. There's also no limiter on. Okay, I'm going to weigh these two because these are the most similar ones I have. And this is the Master Airbrush. And it weighs about 112 grams. And let's weigh this. 105 grams. So it's a little lighter. That's kind of nice. I thought it felt a little lighter. I'm a little happy about that. That's kind of cool. I'm stoked. This does feel like a quality tool. And so let's stick it on the compressor, put a little paint on it, and I'll do my own little test. So first I'm just going to get it started. Oh man, nice. Actually, the feel was just so nice. That was pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start real close, get a real thin line. Very nice. Man, that's sweet. Very nice. Very nice. So far I'm liking it. Okay, let's just do a dot. Nice. Let's try to do the tiniest dot I can. Oh my goodness. That is teeny. Holy crap. That is awesome. I'm really impressed with this. I love the feel. It's very, very responsive to my finger movement. It feels real good. Lets just about the right amount of air through, and I haven't had to tweak my flow meter. Full flow on the paint here. I'll just draw a line. The gun will be about 1.5 inches away. So let's just give it all it's got. Wow. That's putting out a lot of paint. And we're out of paint. So I'm very, very impressed with this. It really is very responsive to the touch. It's not spattering when I come on and off that air valve. So I just want to say thank you to those of you who recommended this. I think there were at least 3 people who told me, buy this, you won't be sorry. Get the Iwata Eclipse and you'll get the feel that you were looking for. That's exactly what they told me, and you're right. Thank you very much. I'm gonna enjoy this. Hopefully I'll take good care of it. I have some incentive, right? It's 150 bucks after all. So Thank you everybody for watching. If you have additional questions, certainly ask. And if you have friends who need some information on lure making and lure painting, share this channel with them. I'm trying to build a channel that is self-sustaining. All right, I'll catch you all on the next video.